Hello, my name is Queen Sensitivity, and today I will be doing some updates. And I heard to call this the Lover's Reading, so it'll most likely be a pick-a-pile. So stay tuned for that. I just want to say that yesterday I was so excited because I finally got to sit down, not alone, let alone sit down, but like go out in nature and do like a lengthy reading on the energy update with all these fantastic messages. And when I finished, the whole thing was just like consumed by this loud sound that was not happening in real time. I don't know where the hell that sound came from. And just by show of hands, raise your hand if you've been having technological issues, because even this morning I tried to watch Netflix on my TV and Netflix just kept saying that this house didn't belong in the Wi-Fi. And I'm like, I already set up the TV for this household. Like I already did that process, and you know, just stuff like that. Like I would click a button and it'd be the wrong thing would pop up. I do feel like this has a lot to do with the Matrix. And I guess just to like elaborate a little bit on what I mean about the Matrix, I just mean like anything that is not truly organic and that constitutes that, or that contains a lot of things. But I guess for general purposes, just any sort of artificial intelligence is kind of what I mean by the Matrix. It's really hard to put my finger on it, but you know how like you have your intuition and you have your claircognizance, which is your psychic knowing, you just know things. That is outside of the Matrix. That's like the creatrix, that's organic. I hope I'm making sense. Anyways, that's what I feel is happening. A lot of disclosure is happening, a lot of things coming to the light. I woke up this morning feeling kind of irritated because I know for sure one of the messages that I got yesterday was to be patient. And I'm like, but I've been patient. I'm tired. Yeah, I was really annoyed because more than anything, I wanted that video to be for me. I wanted to have a video of me talking for like at least 40 minutes about just channeling messages. And that's exactly what it was. But because I'm channeling, which I tell my clients during my readings, I'm like, I'm channeling. I usually it's not me talking. And so I can't remember a lot of the things that I said, which is why I recorded it. That's why it's supposed to be recorded. So hopefully this one pans out nicely. Yeah, I would just say do whatever you feel called to do in order to handle the rising and falling of today. I also want to say that my Sensitive Souls group chat is still open publicly until the 19th. After that, it'll be open privately for any new members. It's fun, it's a good time, and it's a nice way to go to one solid place instead of kind of having, you know, support people spread out. It's a centralized place of support. And I say it's been very nice with the people who have joined. If you're interested, DM me on Instagram or email me, and there are posts on my Instagram. And if not on my YouTube community, I'll put them on my YouTube community today, where there's more information about what exactly it is and what exactly we do. Okay, so yeah, this is the Lover's Reading. That's what I felt very strongly. And let's go ahead and pick a pile. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this or not, so I'm gonna write the things on here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. All right, here you go, pick a pile. Yeah. Hello, pile 1. This is gonna be your reading today. I think it's gonna be quite casual. We'll start off with the vibe that I'm getting from this person. I think they're a fairly chill person. I feel like they don't really complain a lot, but I also feel like at the same time they do have a lot of specific things that they like and they don't like. Okay, so we have some messages. I'm getting that they like a lot of like early 2000s cartoons, like Danny Phantom or The Wizards of Waverly Place. Is that early 2000s? And or is that 2010s? But also like Fairly Odd Parents. Love is composed of a single soul and two bodies, artist stole. So this person, whoever it is, believes in soulmates. They believe in like twin flames and divine counterparts. You are my entire world. Yeah, this person, like I said, they're really chill, but it's because they're like secretly very intense. They remind me of like a John Green book. They're very romantic, but I feel like you'd have to know them to know that they were romantic. They wouldn't appear that way. It also reminds me of like Noah from The Notebook. He was always just very calm and like docile, and then he saw Allie, and next thing you know, he's like jumping on like a Ferris wheel. Like it's like that type of vibe. Like you wouldn't immediately guess that. And then we have love is a friendship set to music. So this person, yeah, like I said, they're very deep. So they might like a lot of like, I don't know, very deep music, perhaps classical or just like very kind of indie type of vibe. So the picture you got that I drew, which I didn't say it's a surprise, it says perfect match. So they believe that the two of you are a perfect match. I'm feeling that they're a really like homebody. They may like really want to bring you home to their folks. That's their love language. That's how they would show that they love you, by like bringing you to meet their family. I feel like they take that fairly seriously. Even if they've brought people home before, it still means a lot to them to bring somebody home. And they really only look for like their soulmate, their partner for like forever. This isn't a casual person. If they've had any casual hookups, I feel like it's because of like peer pressure or certain circumstances in their lives. Like I said, it's like very much John Green book, but also Nicholas Sparks kind of vibe. Like this is a masculine person for sure. Regardless of their gender, they lean more towards like masculine. Like the Dear John book, like the Nicholas Sparks, like Southern boy with like the ripped jeans, and like they're quiet into themselves, but they have like a close-knit group of friends, and they're just very intense, and they surprise you every now and then by being like really romantic and being very outspoken. Like they're not afraid of their sensitive side, although it takes specific people to like bring it out of them. So the big reveal, you have this image of, it's like a abstract kind of design of Bob from Bob's Burgers. This is a image that I drew on the first day that I took off for work for fun ever, like just cause I was guided by spirit too. And so there's a lot of that feeling in these images that I wrote, kind of freedom. And I feel like with this one, this person might have like kind of wild hair. They like it to look slightly unkept. I don't know how to speak. But specifically, I was really called to make these kind of swirl, kind of like target practice eyeballs. And so, I don't know, it's like this feeling of like when they aim true. Like it's a bullseye. They're only looking for the love of their lives. And so if they've ever told you any of that, or if they've like, I don't know, wanted to sleep over with you, like I said, bring you home, travel with you, like something about being together in a place that is a home, if they ever suggested anything like that, that's a sign that they really think you are the one. They really love you. And Bob in general, I think he's just very calm until like this person specifically, like if they get drunk or high from like weed or something, they'll act way more loose than they usually do. They like another side of them will come out, and it's pretty fun. Bob is an all-around family man, but he's not like that to the point of like making sure to exclude other people. I think Bob is pretty open-hearted, but he also sees straight through people, whereas Lynn, his wife, usually isn't able to see straight through people. Bob is like, he's like, oh no, he has really good boundaries. So these are all things that describe your person. I think they want me to keep it fairly simple, and just get these energy oracle cards. I think they would consider themselves to be fairly simple, but I feel like you know that they're actually pretty complex. They're pretty, I don't know, intense people. I feel like they might not like a lot of things that most people like. Like maybe they don't like pizza, or they don't like pepperoni. Like a lot of things that you assume that everybody likes. I feel like there's something about this person where they don't like it. You have adjacent possibilities. So this person, I feel like what they want to say to you is that, for one, this goes with their character about them being they're not exclusatory. Like they don't, I don't even know if that's a word, but like they don't exclude other people, but they also see right through them. And I also feel like with adjacent possibilities, they see endless possibilities of life with you. It's this feeling of like, I don't care where we are in the world, I'm home if I'm with you. There's a song called Home that's like that. Like they don't care where they go, they don't care, you know, what work they have to do. If they get to come home to you, if they get to come home with you, their life is, they would consider their life to be satisfied. It's that feeling. It's a feeling also, I'm getting the movie Love and Basketball, and how Quincy Q, he really wanted to be like an NBA basketball player. That was his dream. But he was in love with Monica. That was his person. And he ended up getting injured and then didn't really go back into the game. He didn't feel the same way about it. But he was so happy at the end to get to sit courtside and watch the love of his life be the one in the WNBA. Like he was so happy just to be there to support her, even though his dream was like crushed. Because his dream is to really just, I don't know, when you have a partner like that, it's endless possibilities of changing what you thought you wanted. And like, because you're always supported, you're always accepted, so you can't really fail. That's the message that this person has for you. So finally, let's get some messages cards. And this number is 24, by the way, which is my birthday number. I feel like that's important. They might have like a favorite number, or the 24th might be a day you met, or a date or something like that. I'm feeling that this is a person that you're already involved with, that you could possibly already be dating. If you're in the early phase, this is your confirmation that it's heading in that direction where you two will be close. Aw, that's so sweet. All right, one more. Oh, I guess not. So on the bottom of the deck, it says, tell me how to fix this. I don't really feel like they've done wrong to you. If they have, I feel like it was really unintentional. They really did not try to, like if they were inconsiderate in any way, or they said the wrong thing, or they didn't show up for you or something, it was not their intention. Like they didn't plan this out. They didn't sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know, and hurt pile number one. Like I'm gonna like not show up for them. I feel like it was genuinely a mistake, a genuine misunderstanding, and irregardless, they're ready to fix it in any way they can. They don't mind apologizing. They don't mind like saying that they're wrong. They don't mind like calling, what they did bullshit. It's this feeling of like this old kind of classic kind of person. I feel and I know for sure that most of the time the divine masculine is kind of like toxic. It's been a toxic masculinity type of thing. This person, even though they're definitely masculine, they aren't toxic in that way where they completely exclude their feminine self. They're really in touch with their emotions and they're not proud. They're not too proud to say sorry or even to say goodbye to somebody else. My wounds are not easy to heal. So yeah, like I said, and then on the back it says dance, and this person, their head is gone. So this person is quite shy. Like I said, they're very quiet and subtle into themselves. And I feel like even though you make them brave and you bring it out of them to take action, because of their wounds of their past, I feel like they might have been rejected or like not really given the attention they needed at home. They'll sometimes still assume that they're not wanted, and so they won't show up. And you might take that as like, oh, they're doing this because of me, but they really don't believe sometimes that they're seen. They kind of feel invisible, and this causes them to like back off into like a quiet sort of space. But I feel like they're fighting that. They're fighting that to become better. And it's like they show up to the dance. I'm getting that song, Betty from Taylor Swift's album, where he tells her why he didn't show up. It's like he showed up, but he left immediately because he got scared. He saw her dancing with somebody else, and it's not malicious. This is not a malicious person. They have you left to be haunted. First sight, I'm hearing. First sight. First time they saw you or talked to you, it was first sight. You left them haunted. They went home and like were haunted by you. I'm seeing that scene or that part in the book of Conversations with Friends. It's on Hulu, the show. And the girl was downstairs. Like she met the guy and they like, I think, kissed in the room. And she left to go back to the party, and she waited downstairs, and he never came, like he never showed up. And later on, at the very end, he told her the reason he didn't come is because he was waiting for her. He was like, it's just something about you. I don't move until you call me to move. It's that feeling like that. My flame is still burning for you. So this person, I feel like they pray a lot. They might be religious or just very spiritual, but I do feel like they pray a lot. They're still burning for you. If there's some sort of separation, or you think if this is somebody from your past that, I don't know, you think moved on. You disappointed me. You broke my heart in two. Maybe you disappointed this person, because that's what I don't feel like they've ever done anything to intentionally hurt you. But maybe they didn't show up in a way that you needed them to, and you cut them off or something like that. I don't know. This is a general reading. For some people, you're together and none of this like ever really happened, or it was very subliminal. Like it's very quiet phase, but it's like 10 out of 10. It's like whatever happened, if this was some sort of split, it really hurt them. I don't know if they've been like casual about it. Okay. I should have done more, better, enough for you. Again, that feeling of like, I don't know, like that kind of Casper vibe from them. They don't understand me. I feel like this person has always felt misunderstood, especially because of their spiritual aspect. They might be fairly psychic or just very connected to source and receiving messages. And I feel like nobody really got that in their town. But you. I prayed for you to find me. They prayed for you. I feel like they even wrote like fake letters or like letters to God, like, hey God, can you please send me my person? And then you showed up. I'll look after you. No matter what this person wants to provide, the provider. And I feel like this isn't just in terms of like money or anything. Like in terms of support, they genuinely wish to support you. So this has been your reading, pound number 1. Please donate to me if you resonated with this, if you can. The donation link is in the description. If you're unable to donate, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. And like I said, don't forget my Sensitive Souls group chat. And don't forget I have sensitivity kits that are just $22. And I'm also doing personal readings. So if we somehow line up and synchronize to do personal readings, I would love that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to the Lovers reading. The first thing that I'm picking up about your person is that they are nerdy. I'm getting imagery of Velma from Scooby-Doo. This doesn't have to be a woman. I also feel drawn to, I always forget the name of this crystal. Chinene? I don't know. It's CHOY something. But this one is really good for heart chakra. Like I heard somebody describe it as like, this is your best friend when you get this crystal. Like you'll want to keep it on you at all times. Heart chakra, throat chakra. Amethyst is really calming, really good for like good intuition. So I feel like this person is both of these characteristics. They're the kind of person that I feel like people just want to be around them because they're so grounding. They might be an earth sign. Like they just feel, they bring you back into reality. I always tell my mama, like I took my mama to a duck pond or with turtles and stuff one day. And I was telling her that no matter what's happening, I just saw 111 on a camera. No matter what's happening in the world, there's always some ducks to feed. There's always some turtle who will be more than happy to eat a piece of lettuce. And these creatures exist at parks somewhere. And it's just a matter of going to find them. And that's the feeling of this person. This person brings you back into reality. They really humble you. You might have a lot of trouble being grounded, or you might feel overwhelmed a lot or have anxiety. And whenever this person is around, all of that kind of just goes away. I'm getting kind of emotional because this is how I felt around my twin flame. Because I'm so hypersensitive and I always feel everybody's shit that they have going on, you know, especially when I'm in public. And he would just come in and like, I'd be about to like go crazy and it would just calm down. And that's also what Amethyst does too. They also heighten your like clarity, like your knowledge, your wisdom, your ancient wisdom. They clear, and it's clear, get intuitive inclinations much more easily around this person. So this person might be your twin flame. Most likely they are. If you're watching this video, we're gonna get some messages. Okay. I really like this reading. It's very calm. Like so far, both of the piles have been really calm. You have All I Need Is You. It's a lyric quote from the song Pretty Places by AJ and Allie and AJ, which I've been singing that album all day. The album is called A Touch of the Beat Gets You Up Off Your Feet, Gets You Out and into the Sun. That's like, it's a long title of the album. And I feel like your person is like that. They're very unconventional in that they are extremely dynamic. Like if this isn't the kind of person you can meet 12 times and like, you know them. They have so much depth to them. And I just feel like so many kind of little personalities depending on the day, depending on the mood. But then there's also this consistent kind of thread that they have that nobody else has. I miss you like crazy. So I don't know if you are in separation with this person or if you aren't. I feel like they constantly miss you because what you don't know is that feeling that you provide for them. Like that, I just said it wrong. And it's because you're twins. You're definitely twins. It's the same. It's on both sides. Like that feeling that you get with them, that sense of comfort and safety and everything being okay, they get that from you too. It's this feeling of like literally the whole world could be falling apart, but it'll be all right if it's with you. I always used to have that feeling of like, I don't know, it's very motherly because I keep thinking of my mama. Like when we go on like long road trips, I'm usually kind of nervous because I'm like, the percentage of you being in a car accident increase. But when I'm with my mother, I don't worry about that because it's like if I'm gonna instantly die with anybody, which is kind of morbid to say, but this is my brain. I'd die with her. Like I'd be okay, like dying with my mother. It's like I always used to get her to try to come on roller coasters. I'm scared of roller coasters, but I'm like, if my mama's there, I can do it. Or if we're going to see a really scary movie at the movie theater, I sit next to my mother because it's like, I don't know, if anything happens, it'll be all right if she's around. And that's the feeling that I get with you and this person. It's very maternal and therefore very godly. I feel like with me being so emotional, I think this person might be getting choked up thinking about you. Like that source of comfort that you bring to them. Your flaws are perfect. This is a quote by Trent Shelton. And it's with several exclamation points. So I feel like, I don't know, they might have told you that they don't like your flaws or pointed out your flaws. And I feel like this is because they just loved you so much. They couldn't stand that even the things that they saw as flaws in you, they couldn't live without. I feel like it was literally like that. Like somebody you loved just so much, past rationality led them irrationally. And you get upset because it ruins everything. It ruins your morals. It ruins all these rules that you had, that you would never go or never do these things. But they loved you so much. They love you so much that they would. Like, for example, maybe this person hates the cold and snow and ice, but you love the cold and snow and ice, or you want to move somewhere with cold and snow and ice, and they might have told you that that was like annoying, or I don't know, really downplayed you for having that idea. And I feel like the truth of it was that they were angry with themselves for wanting beyond anything to still go and live with you in the fucking blizzard. Like they'd still go. They want it more than anything. And I feel like it made them angry to want you so much that you make them want to ruin their plans. So we have a little bit of a surprise. I didn't tell you in the intro. Bada bing, we're gonna be channeling messages from these pictures that I drew. And I feel like this one is perfect for your person. So I was describing this to a friend and I love the description of it. So on this side, you have kind of this lone cowboy, and it looks like somebody's helping them to escape. Like they didn't know how to get out of this valley, and somebody throws a lasso to like get them out. You see? And then on this side, it's like the lasso is also getting them out of like their own head. Like you didn't see that on this side, but this person has a lot going on in their mind. She was also my friend who I was telling this to, was telling me that these colors here are like the colors of the bisexual flag, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, the blue and the pink, I think. So this person might be bisexual or just queer in that sense. And I feel like this is something that also might cause them worry and anxiety. I feel like a part of it is fear that you won't accept them, or you won't believe them, or you won't still see them the same way. Because I feel like this person, because I keep not wanting to look at the camera, I feel like this person has had a lot of like rejection in their lives. Whether, I feel like it only happened a few times, like on the outside, but on the inside, they just racked up that number exponentially. Like, let's say they got rejected twice or something in middle school. They, in their mind, they got rejected throughout all of middle school. Like, they can't really see the parts where they were accepted. It's a huge feeling of like, am I going to be accepted? And I feel like this might have, because of this specific imagery, this might have caused them to be kind of like a cactus. Cactus have water on the inside. Water is the element of emotions. So this person is really emotional. I feel like they get hurt really, not really easily, but like the depths of their emotions are hidden well. And when you tap into that, you tap the little cactus on the outside to break into the water, you might get poked. So I feel like this is a sign if they've ever suddenly got jabby with you or pokey with you, it was because you were making them feel more deeply than they are used to, or perhaps more than anybody has ever made them feel. I feel what this person really desires most is to kind of be normal with this kind of serene sunset. Like they want to be this normal person and kind of not be noticed by people. But it's this feeling of like, no matter what they do, they keep being seen, they keep being called out, they keep being kind of alienated or ostracized. I feel like no matter where they go, they're kind of extremely different from anybody in the room. I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of like Twilight and Edward. Edward, he didn't really look normal. I feel like he was, he looks a bit strange. Robert Pattinson, I just saw 1111. But he knew that he was different. Like he knew, and I feel like people can also kind of pick up on the fact that there's a predator, like a vampire, in the building, and he doesn't have really heat to his skin. And I don't know, it's a sense of like he wants this normal like sunset to be comfortable, and he doesn't really get that anywhere except for with you. And I feel like because of that, it also makes him angry because, and I'm saying he, just switch it to whatever gender your person prefers. I'm sorry. I usually am able to say they, but I don't know this time. And because of how personal it feels for me, it feels like you've like ruined their plan. Like I feel like they planned on kind of going unnoticed. They really did want to be seen, even though they can't help but being different. It's really hard. This person might have a hard time describing how they're feeling. Let me try again. It's like there's this person, right? And their whole thing is that they're like a cowboy. Because let's just keep with this, right? That's what they go and tell people when people ask, hey, why are you different? Where you come from? They say, I'm a cowboy, I'm a cowboy, I'm a cowboy. But then you see through even this ruse. You see through even this different persona they're trying to push forward, and you call them out on it, and you get into their emotions and disturb their false sense of peace. It's this feeling also of like from the Taylor Swift song Speak Now, like he's up there and he's like, I'm getting married and this is what I want, and you know that that's not what he wants, and you tell him that's not what you want, and it makes him angry because it's like, no, this is what I want. Like, this is my plan. I made this plan. I don't know. I also got this book off the shelf. I didn't use it for pile 1, but I feel like it's going to be relevant for pile 2, just because there's that kind of theme in here of getting married. I think I'll get a page from here first, and then I'll explain that part. So let's see. Tamlin glowered at him, Caspian folding his wings and neatly as he leaned back in his chair once more. Just offered a crooked grin in return. You will forgive us, Theseus interrupted gracefully, if we are doubtful and hesitant to share any plans. Even when I have information on Hybern's movements. Silence. Tarquin across the pool watched and listened, either because he was the youngest of them or perhaps he knew some advantage lay in letting us battle it out ourselves. So this is a scene from this book, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, where there's like this huge group council meeting. And I feel like Tamlin specifically is the one that we should be focusing on for the sake of this reading. He is coming off to this council. Like Tamlin, he's already kind of like a black sheep because he doesn't have like the militant type of force that all the other High Lords have. He was like his queen, or his person, his feminine left him and moved to another court. So he's already kind of like this black sheep, and I don't know, people don't look at him the same way as they look at everybody else. But then on top of that, beneath that, he's so broken. He's more broken and devastated and willing to go off the edges if it means that he can be right more than people realize. And I feel like that's what's happening with your person. It's interesting because I was got it to bring Amber in, and she's a little bitty cactusy baby. But basically what was happening in the book is Feyre, in the other book, she was supposed to get married to Tamlin, and she was telling everybody, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And she did not want to leave and do her promise to go with Rysand. Some people pronounce it reason. I don't like that sound. With Rysand, I think once a week, every month was the promise that she'd made. And she didn't want to do that. So anytime anything about that came up, she'd be like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. I'm pretty sure. But it was, the gist of it was like, she just didn't. She was afraid of going with him. And on her wedding day, when she was getting married to the supposed love of her life, in her mind, she shouted directly to Rysand, the person that she didn't want to go with, help me. Help me stop this, please. And so I feel like your person is very contradictory in that way, at least right now, where their actions and what they say doesn't match with how they truly feel and what they truly want. And I feel like you are the only person that knows that. And I feel like that can be why your person kind of gets upset with you. And at the same time, you also like soothe them more than anybody else. I think they're just mostly conflicted with themselves. So let's get a card. I feel like this card is important. Door to Spirit. We'll get that one. So I'm just like, I feel something with that one. A card for Pal 2. I feel like this one. On beneath that is the attachment card, but Door to Spirit and Cornucopia. This person loves you so much. Past, like, I don't know, past anything in the world, they love you so much. You bring them so much life. You bring them so much joy. And they will never, ever stop wanting you. 1744. They will never stop loving you. You will never stop being their shining star. This is the love. It pushes past all of their fears, all of their doubts, all of their worries. At the beginning of it all is you. Let's get some messages real quick. You have, we'll just take these instead. Bottom of the deck is, it pains me to be away from you. Like I was saying, you are the light, the twinkle in this person's eye. Whenever they think positive thoughts, they think of you. Like I swear to God, this person could be fairly good at hiding how they feel and their emotions. But when they think about you, they think about spirit. They think about glory. They think about sunflowers. You are the best thing that's ever been theirs, which is crazy because you have this card that says you are mine, and that's the name of the Taylor Swift song. You are the best thing that's ever been mine. With this magic wand, you're everything to them. You have make love all night long. They're really attracted to you. You arouse them plenty. My soul knows the truth. My mind lies. It pains me to hurt you with this clock. It's only a matter of time. This person will be running back to you. The clock, they can't stay away from you. I'm feeling better. Kiss me while you can. They have these moments of like where they know they want you and they show it, and then other times they pull back. Like they put it on a clothes hanger. They're not the one for me. Yeah, nobody's the one for them except for you, and they know this. I feel like they always have like their eye on you, always watching you, always wanting you. Please don't judge me for pretending to be strong, pretending to be this macho person. Please don't judge me. Please forgive me easily, because they don't mean any of it. So please feel free to donate. The link is in the description if you feel you resonated with this. I appreciate any and all support. If you would like to comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget the Sensitive Souls group chat. DM me or email me with your interest. And I'm doing the $22 sensitivity kits if you're interested. I also do personal readings, so let me know. All right. Bye. Hey, pile number 3. This is gonna be a reading. So let's talk about your person's energy. They feel like a protective person. I'm getting your person, whoever this is very much embodying a dragon. They're very protective, but also very sweet. I was getting this Labradorite heart, purpley. It's really good at like calming your emotions, but I feel like also like protective of emotions. So it might be very validating. I'm getting the dragon specifically from Shrek, how she was like, "Rrr," and then she was very fiercely loyal. That's what I feel from this person. So I don't know if they are in a relationship with somebody else, or like connected with anybody else, or this could even be a job or like family, and they don't give you as much attention as you deserve. It's because of this same fierce loyalty. Like they have a hard time being disloyal to somebody who they've already promised their time. This could be a little sister, anybody. They have a difficult time like saying no because they don't want to appear like they've given up in order to like go be in love or something like that. Yeah, even with this malachite is like a huge crystal for undergoing emotional transformation, especially to do with the heart chakra. And I feel like they're undergoing this, like you are a catalyst to that. Well, they'll have to start doing things differently and risk appearing like an asshole or risk appearing like they don't care in order to have good boundaries, in order to reroute their life to begin anew with you. I feel like this person also might really like eye contact, be really intense with eye contact. I don't know, I just feel like this person is fairly confident, but I also feel like you make them nervous. You bring something different out of them. They might be quite businessy, like really good at business, or like with whatever job they do, and you make them want to quit and like run away. So let's see what messages come out. Oh, this one. All right, that's a lot. Okay, it's not a lot, but you know. Green is really important. They might have green eyes or just the favorite color green. It hurt because it mattered. This is a quote by John Green. This is, I don't know, if anything happened with you, I feel like that's one of their biggest takeaways. Like, who was this person that 303 can make me feel so hurt or so uncomfortable in such a short amount of time? To love is to recognize yourself in another. Eckhart Tolle. This person is very intelligent, very smart. And they know, I feel like theoretically or like on paper, what it means when XYZ happens. But they might be in a little bit of denial about that. even though it's very obvious. Who am I picking up? I'm picking up somebody. It's like, I guess Edward from Twilight, but it's also, I don't know, I feel like that's the Shadowhunters series, if you've seen that, by I think Marissa Clare or something like that. But there's also the movie, and it's like this guy Jace, like he is always there. Is his name Jace? I don't know, the main male protagonist person, the romantic interest. He's always there for Clara. Like he always shows up for her. Is always very protective of her. But then the moment when like anybody asks, like, oh, are you interested in her? Or are you like, do you want to settle down with her? Or even she hints at it, he's like, no, I'm a lone wolf. I'll be to myself. Even though it's very obvious that that's not true. All right. My stomach's growling. It must be time for me to eat. Patience is the best medicine. John Florio. I don't know. They might say some dumb shit like this, like, oh, the timing's wrong. And whenever people say that, I love thinking about the song Renegade by Taylor Swift and Big Red Machine, where she's like, are we really going to talk about timing in times like these? I remember this guy that I really liked was saying how the timing was off. And I'm like, dude, we just got out of fucking quarantine. Like, if that didn't prove to you, like, how time is irrelevant, or how relevant timing is for you to chase your dreams and, like, really follow your heart, then I don't know what is. And I feel like anybody that says that is kind of just using it as a scapegoat to hide a larger truth. I'm very easy to fall in love with, I would say. And I feel like, I don't know, that it immediately triggers a lot of people. And you might have the same characteristics. Pile number 3, since I'm bringing that up since I said that. Like, the song Renegade, I think, is very important for you. I Miss You Like Crazy. This came out for pile number 2. So I don't know, maybe there's 2 people and pile number 2 is like another person, or like the past or the future. I don't know. I feel like it's relevant. So now we're going to talk about your surprise that I didn't talk about in the intro, is that I made all of these pretty pictures on my day off, or the night before my first day off in forever. On the back you have on the road again. So I don't know if this person is a runner. They've been running and like using, like I was saying at the beginning, using some sort of commitment they have as a reason not to pay attention to you. It's just, I feel like it's just hurting them more than anything. I'm thinking of this movie that was like about like the end of the world. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the same guy that's in that movie. How is it, like the 65, that movie? The same male, like him, the male actor. He's in this other movie that's on Netflix, and it's about this family that kind of ignores the sirens going off in the neighborhood until like the last possible minute. They're like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And the sirens are like, woo, please leave, evacuate the city now. And they're like, no, we're gonna wait. And then finally, like, they break it, they're like, oh, let's go. Like, it's this feeling of like, this person is ignoring all the signs that it's time to leave, 7:17 on the clock, time to disconnect from this commitment that they've devoted themselves to, time to get out of this delusion or illusion that they've been living in. And I don't know, I feel like they just really distract themselves a lot with like something, these stars that I drew on here, and like not really paying attention. And the thing is, with this flower, it's very intricate and it's very bold. It reminds me of like this feeling of like, even though they don't know it, or no matter what, this love is spreading like a virus. It's going viral within them. I don't know, maybe because I keep mentioning viruses in the pandemic. Maybe you met this person during the pandemic or somehow connected with COVID-19. But no matter what, each day that goes by, each day that passes, they're becoming more and more infected with this need for change, this need to leave everything behind and be with you. So I feel like you don't even have to do much. Like even if you don't do anything at all, inside of them, this is rapidly expanding to the point where they won't have a choice but to put it down and chase happiness. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like I should get a quote from this book for you, even though it'll take longer. You have, I want to hug her again, but I restrain myself. When she's left the room, I pull out my phone and text Connor, stand by. Yeah, it's like I want to hug her, but I restrain myself. This person has put on some heavy restraints in order to restrain this bloom inside of them. But like I said, it's only, you can't resist that forever. And especially as every day gets stronger and stronger. I'm feeling like this pink tourmaline and this rose quartz is all about like love and emotions. And it was kind of like hidden behind these two, which are, like I said, like the purple and the dark green, like the colors of a dragon's coat. Like their skin on the outside is like, I don't know, trying to hold back what's on the inside. Pile number 3, please. I'm feeling this one. So we have doorway to value in action. So I feel like this person is gonna have, I don't know, some sort of opportunity to do even more escapism, to do even more running. And what that'll end up doing is leading them exactly to where they were trying to run from. 10:10 on the clock. Without a doubt. If you've been like worried that this person is like never gonna come back, never gonna admit the truth, never gonna commit to you, never gonna get out of this kind of matrixy kind of lifestyle, they will be presented with something, if they haven't already, that will like really get their juices flowing. Like, oh, this is perfect for me to get away from this person and to completely deny all my feelings. And it'll lead them right towards like this open door of like having to face those feelings. So I feel like this is Spirit saying, really don't worry about it. And even if you do worry, no matter what, the outcome is going to be the same. Let's get some messages. Yeah, Angel of Balance. Like, it's divinely guided. They won't have a choice, especially now with all the ascension intensifying towards like unprecedented levels. I feel like this one. Okay. My friends are influencing me is at the bottom of the deck. Hogwarts. Yeah, I feel like this person maybe has been like low-key mentioning, because like I said, it's infected them. They're infected, and they might have been mentioning like hypotheticals to their friends, and their friends like might maybe laugh at them like, ha 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 ha, like, why? No, that's stupid. Like, why would you bring that up? Like, I don't know, shooting them down even in their hypotheticals. I've always loved only you with this hill. I think you're the first person this person has ever truly loved, and if not, you're the first person this person has loved in this way. This is a soul connection. They've never experienced anything like this where it takes them back to childhood where they feel like they've already known you before. I only want the best for you. What if I'm not it? So a part of it is their insecurities that they hide behind like the big flashing lights. But the more they hide, they just highlight what they're trying to hide. I can't get to you soon enough, but there's like this ghost on the back. So I feel like if they've ever ghosted you, that's when they wanted you the most. I feel like they wanted to talk to you the most. Like, I don't know. I feel like this person has made a lot of efforts to be near you that they haven't told you about. Or they I don't know, I feel like this is physical action. I don't know, maybe they've gone to like your favorite restaurant or like purchased your favorite book to read so they can feel close to you, but they never, yeah, it flipped out of my hand. They never tell you. Like, they hide a lot of it. They might have grown up where, and like I said, their peers or in a neighborhood or a family or a culture where it was kind of embarrassing to be romantic. I'm confused, but I hide it well. Yeah, like I said, inch by inch, they're being taken over by love. I'm walking on sunshine. It looks like I don't know, a pepper shaker or a salt shaker. I feel like they get distracted a lot thinking of you, that they might add too much salt or something to their food. You disappointed me, you broke my heart in two. I feel like they disappointed themselves. They feel really disappointed that they weren't able to like stand up and be the kind of person who is brave enough to go against everything they've ever known and like these patterns in order to follow their heart. I don't know, they feel like the people who are able to do that are super courageous. I should have done more, better, enough for you. All right, pile number two. Maybe go watch pile number two. Pile number three, this has been your reading. Please feel free to donate. The donation link is in the description. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Join my Sensitive Souls group chat if you feel called to. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number four. I don't know, I say hello. I feel like that's how I talk to my Bubba, my little baby, Blue, my puppy. You're very smart. I kept hearing this song, Mastermind, which is like, I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian cause I care. So it's like you're very smart. You might really enjoy mystery shows like Stranger Things or Nancy Drew. Speaking of which, I actually have Nancy Drew books. Let's get you a message from those because I'm cool. And I found one of those little mini libraries where you like, shit. One of those cool mini libraries where it's like take one, leave one. And it says 134. That might be a very important code for you. But I got this very good condition. I don't even think it's ever been read before. It was the spine. Nancy Drew books. I got 2 of them. I should have taken all of them. But anyways, I feel like you're just very smart. You're very good at like being cryptic and leaving breadcrumbs. But you're also very silly. You're very like fun. Like think that like that fun nerd that's in all the movies. Even in Stranger Things, Dustin's girlfriend, I forget her name, but she was a super duper nerd. But she was also fun and lighthearted and made little jokes and stuff. And with this being a lover's reading, I feel like that makes you very attractive. What's interesting is like that a lot of these intros have been about the other person and this one is about you. So I feel like either your person is in one of the piles I did earlier, or I don't know, your person just really wants you to know how they see you and how lovely you are and how much they appreciate you. I was also guided to tell you to go make sure you watch the intro of this reading. I mentioned some things there and I feel like you'll resonate with them. So let's see. You have, let's go in, Bess said, maybe whoever bought Aunt Elizabeth's bat bought it here. That's just what I was thinking. Nancy pushed open the door and the 3 of them went into the store. Behind the counter stood a brown-haired woman dressed in a bright green dress, chatting with a customer holding up a stuffed bear. Nancy went up to the counter. The sales clerk turned to her. May I help you with something? That bat in the window, Nancy said. Has anyone bought one of those recently? The clerk eyed her skeptically. Why do you want to know? I feel like with the clerk saying, why do you want to know? It kind of gives Nancy an inclination that something has happened around that bat. So I feel like, first of all, go look up the spiritual significance of the bat or the bat totem. I feel like that's very important for you. Bats sleep, like I think like 20 hours. Is that also maybe something like you might need a lot of sleep, or you may be up at night. You might be like a night owl or like a bat type of person. But I also just feel like you're able to pick up on like context clues. I was watching Secret Invasion with Nick Fury on Disney Plus, and he was telling a story about how his mother knew he was lying because of what he didn't say more so than what he did. So you're very intuitive, very psychic, very clairsentient in that way, which is psychic empathy. and pick up things like that. I think I'm gonna read the back of this too. I feel like it's important. So there's danger at every turn when Nancy discovers an environment ripe for crime. Nancy's come to Connecticut to visit George's aunt Elizabeth, and she lands right in the middle of a controversy. A bicyclist recently died on a winding country road, and many want to widen it. Others, George's aunt included, propose a bicycle path in order to save a rare species of bat. But the idea has made someone very mad, Aunt Elizabeth. A threatening phone call, a sinister warning hanging in the doorway, and a sabotaged car convince Nancy that much more than the bats are at stake. But who would go so far as to hurt Aunt Elizabeth? Searching for answers proves as twisty and perilous as the winding road itself, and Nancy soon realizes that she may be the one who's endangered. So yes, you are very much a protector of endangered species, or just a protector of innocence, and I feel like your person really loves it about you. So let's get some messages. I just revealed your face that I made. I'll get to that soon, but I feel like, what do they want to say to pile number 4? We have, there's no place like home, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, you may like to read a lot of books. Your person really loves this about you, how adventurous and how wide your mind is. Very expansive, very knowledgeable. Like you're a library, Akashic record. All I need is you. Alan AJ, Pretty Places. Yeah, like I just said, you're so smart and you know so much. They could talk to you forever. Like you're all they need as, entertainment. Delectable in that dress. Yeah, you are very attractive to your person. Like they really like the way you look. Like even no matter what you're wearing, you could be wearing like some old clothes that have like holes in them, and they'll be like, ugh. So the surprise, I made these drawings. This was the last one I finished. So the first 3 and the first 3 piles, I made those all in one night. This one I didn't finish until like 2 weeks or 10 days after the other ones. So it's like very set apart. But what drove me to finish it is because I really wanted to show my friend that I finished this. And I don't know, having her like knowing I was gonna finish this inspired me to make sure I pushed through, because I could have just left it in there like this, just blank with this on the back. But she inspired me to keep going. And I feel like that's what you do. Like you arouse this person in more ways than one. You really get them going, and you are like a symbol of hope at the finish line that keeps them going. So on this side, I drew a blimp. I drew black on the front of each of these pictures, and then I went on the back and decided like, what can I make from this? You have a blimp. So this, holy shit, I didn't even know this is my first time reading this book, okay? Look at this, a winding road. A winding road. I literally just read that. That's crazy. I was like, oh, let me read the back. A winding road. So I don't know. There's something about a winding road. I feel like this is like society like takes this winding road. Like people, I feel like people make a lot of decisions that you don't understand. And you're up here, you're definitely a star seed. You're in this blimp and you see like a lot of stuff before it's happened, or you see where it's going, like these little routes that people take. You just have a lot of foresight. And I feel like a lot of times you might not completely trust your intuition when you're guided to do something, or spirit tells you don't do this, do that. Like right now, I've been really guided not to apply to different jobs, and I feel like my logical self is like, that's fucking ludicrous. You want to have a certain amount of money, you need to be getting a certain type of job, and my intuition is like, no, because they can see, like your higher self can see what's ahead. And I don't know, I feel like you might look crazy to some people. You might look like you're not doing much to some people, like you don't do much, or like you don't work hard, but it's because you know the layout. I'm getting Squid Games. And the old man, I don't know, with Squid Games, there were some people there that knew the higher master plan. And so they played differently than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, some people weren't afraid to die. Some people were extremely afraid to die. Some people knew, like, the behind the scenes, like some of the Squid Soldier people. And then another person, like the old man, he paid to go there. He knew exactly, like, he started it. He knew exactly what was going to happen. And so he acted in a certain way. And I feel like this is you. You act strangely and curiously because you know. And I feel like that is just super attractive. This one is like the most normal picture that I've drawn, even though it's still exaggerated. I feel like you're just you're the bright side. I mean, that song Bright Side by the Lumineers. You illuminate, you are light, and you're the bright side. You are the bright side. I said the same thing like 3 times. Okay, for you, I don't feel like I'm gonna get from these. Like I did with the groups. I feel like you need to be different. So let's go with these. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing everything in the right order. I am. What do I do after this? Okay. Jesus. Okay. 2 of Wands. This person thinks about you a lot. I feel like they take less action than how much they think about you. That makes sense. Like, for every 5 times they think about you, they take 1 step, like, in physical reality, which is kind of disappointing, but that's what I'm picking up. So the first card that flew out was Death, Rebirth card. It's this person that's like hooded in a figure, and they see the truth, and like they're on the way is what I'm getting. They're on the way, your person. The Chariot. The Hierophant, this one came out for me the other day. This person is being divinely guided, like up the staircase to heaven, to you. It's very lovely. I feel like they don't have, and no matter what happens or what happened, they still love you very dearly. I feel like if there is any separation at all, it had nothing to do with you, or like it had to do with you, but like, I don't know, it feels like they kind of didn't know better, or like went down or went the wrong way, or they needed to go off course, off of the winding road, only to just be led straight to you. They're very determined to come to you. With this 6 of Wands, which is like a victory card, celebration in reverse, I feel like wherever they were going, it didn't feel rewarding, and they knew it wasn't the right place to go. They didn't feel supported. They didn't feel alive in the way that they feel alive with you, and that caused them to turn around. A lot of fire after this. So Wands, so 2 major arcana, and then everything else is fire. So this is definitely a fire sign. Wands, Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands. This person is very attracted to you, very aroused by you. I do feel that they release tension by thinking about you. Knight of Wands is very passionate, coming forward. But as you can see, this Knight of Wands is off of the horse. They're not on the horse. And then the 3 of Wands is this person like waiting. So I do feel, especially with the Hierophant, and even with the Death card, death is a process, and it needs to be like divinely aligned. So I feel like there's a huge factor of divine timing and divine alignment. Somebody just messaged me when it comes to you. And when it happens, it's going to be fast because all the Wands energy. So it's divine alignment, but very quick. Like when those people like burst through like the paper to start a race or something, or I don't know, it's gonna be really fast, but like it has to be on a specific time or like alignment. And then lastly, we have the Emperor, which is another major arcana. So this is a very high level soulmate connection, if not twin flames. It's very high, it's very sacred. And I feel like this is another reason why divine alignment is so important, why it can't just be thrown together, why it can't just be this random like Tuesday. It has to be a specific Tuesday. There's a lot more behind the scenes that's coming together for this to work. I also feel like it's more than just, I don't know, the two of you get together and go on a date. It's like you move in together. It's like, I don't know, money or support, some sort of success. It's a huge ordeal. It's not just a matter of like you two kiss and make up. There's a lot gonna be offered and becoming available with this connection. The reason I'm coughing is because this air just came back on. It's bothering me. Might be a little bit of congestion. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. That's a lot. The bottom of the deck is, I only want the best for you. What if I'm not it? This is old, but I feel like originally this is why there was hang up. This person was afraid. I forgot what it was like to feel this way. Yeah, insecurities, but I feel like those are gone now. Or like, they're not gonna play a factor in this anymore. Oh wow, remember I was telling you how the bottom of the deck was this? Right beneath it is the Lover's card. It's in reverse, but you know, it's still the same. This reading is the Lover's reading. And you're the first pile to even have the Lover's card appear, and it's because I was using an oracle deck, but I decided to use a tarot deck for you. With it being reversed, I feel like the ball is in your person's court. Because I remember seeing a picture of a 6 on a table. 6 is the number of love, and it was one person on this side seeing the 6, and the other person on this side seeing a 9. And I feel like you've been seeing the 6 the whole time. Like you knew what it was immediately. Or like you knew what it was or admitted what it was more quickly than your person. And it's like now it's their turn to like be the one to have like to come to terms and see the 6 on the table. Because underneath that is the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. If you've been seeing the number 6, it's 1633 on the timer. That's a sign that divine union is here. You have what ring size are you, or what size are you in rings? That's what I was saying. Like, when this person comes forward or when this divine alignment occurs, it's not going to just be like, okay, we kiss, we make up. It's commitment. It's marriage. It's a proposal. It's a big ordeal. Maybe not marriage specifically, but like it's bigger. Like it's a full bowl. I will never forget you. They think about you all the time. Like if you hear thoughts in your mind, you think that's your person, it is. The number 17 as well. Like they think about you a lot. You make me want to be brave. Aw, how sweet. They don't understand me. Yeah, a lot of isolation. Like they're like the odd winged person out. Ugh. This person, I don't know, feels sorry for themselves too much. And I feel like Spirit is putting an end to that. No more of that. Because that feeling sorry for themselves and kind of like being insecure, it was like fucking up the plans that the universe had to deliver them. Like, please stop. I don't mean to be insensitive, but I don't know, like thinking you're like high and mighty on this horse, so beautiful, and then like, oh, I'm down, I'm not as good. But like, obviously you are. If you're attracted to people who you think are like more attracted to you, like the things that you want and that you're attracted to them for a reason. And it's usually because they're reflections of you. Like you gotta be pretty damn like badass to be attracted, like genuinely attracted to like, I don't know, Ashanti. You know what I mean? Like, because she's so magnificent and her aura is so beautiful. And if you genuinely like feel like you're supposed to be with Ashanti, for example, that means that you're equal to her. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everything is falling apart as I fall in love with you. This person has been having a lot of tower moments. So if you've been wondering why it's been stagnant and you've kind of been like in a stuck place, that place is very nice compared to where this person has been. I feel like that's why, like I was saying, you're the bright side, you're their hope, because they've been going under a lot of like dark night of the souls. I think that's another reason why this night is kind of like off the horse, and they're just trying to, like, I don't know, play their own drum to, like, I don't know, get courageous. June might have been really important. You make me crazy. I don't know, like I said, you really turn this person on. Kids are involved. This person might have kids. I don't know if you can see that, but since it's kind of like hard to see, it might just be like, I don't know, other people involved, or somebody lied and said somebody was their kids, or like, I don't know, some sort of responsibility that isn't actually theirs, because it's hard to see. And then there's this hand like stop here. So I don't know, some sort of court or something they had to like put a halt to. Make love all night long. So we know when this divine alignment happens for sure, there's gonna be some sex. Okay, so if you really resonated with this reading, please feel free to leave a donation for me with the link in my bio. If you don't have PayPal, I also have a Buy Me a Coffee link, where there's also Atlantis reading part 2 there for anybody. I don't think anybody's purchased one yet, but just messages just sitting there. If you would like to join the Super Souls group chat, let me know, DM me or email me. And sensitivity kits are only $22. Those are available at all times. I also do personal readings if you would like one of those. And a bird just flew by. All right, bye. I'll see you next time.